Rappler slams the Justice Department for ordering the National Bureau of Investigation to investigate it for allegedly violating foreign equity rules. Justice Secretary VITALIANO Aguirre authorized the NBI to conduct a case buildup against Rappler because of an allegedly questionable clause in the Philippine depository receipts issued to its investor Omidyar Network. Rappler in a statement says, quote, "This is a fishing expedition and pure and simple harassment. We thought this was supposed to be in relation to PDRs and the alleged violation of the Constitution." It adds, quote, "It's all the more clear and blatant what government's agenda is. They're dead set to get Rappler and kill press freedom." A PDR is a financial instrument that allows foreigners to invest in a Filipino company without owning any part of it. This is consistent with the 1987 Constitution, which states that mass media in the Philippines should be wholly owned by Filipinos. The Securities and Exchange Commission, which earlier revoked Rappler's license to operate, earlier said a provision in the Omidyar PDR, which states that Rappler Holdings need to seek the approval of 2/3 of PDR holders on corporate matters, violates the Philippine Constitution. These corporate matters involve altering, modifying, or otherwise changing the company articles of incorporation or bylaws, or taking any other action where such alteration, modification, change, or action will prejudice the rights in relation to the ON PDRs. Former Senate President Nene Pimentel says he's against proposals to cancel national elections and to have a long transition from a presidential to a federal form of government. Pimentel was among the resource persons as the Senate resumed deliberations on charter change proposals Wednesday. He says a 10-year transition from a presidential to a federal form of government is, quote, "foolishness." Pimentel says, quote, "You can't say that just to achieve a supposedly good purpose. Otherwise, even the good intention will be submerged by a mess of a nonsense." He adds, quote, "While we are still free, speak out, because when else will you speak up when you cannot anymore?" It was House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez who initially floated the possibility of canceling the 2019 elections as the Duterte administration pushes for federalism. But Senate President Coco Pimentel, son of the former Senate President, earlier rejected this proposal. But at the same time, the younger Pimentel floated the possibility of extending President Rodrigo Duterte's term during the transition period. Seoul and Pyongyang on Wednesday agreed to march together under a single flag at the Winter Olympics opening ceremony and field a united women's ice hockey team for the Games in a further sign of easing tensions on the peninsula. North Korea says it will send a 550-member delegation to the Winter Olympics and Paralympics in the South. South Korea has long sought to proclaim the Pyeongchang Games as a peace Olympics in the face of tensions over the North's weapons programs. The move comes after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un announced his willingness to take part in the Games in his New Year's speech. The move was seen as a bid to ease searing tensions on the peninsula and was rapidly welcomed by Seoul. But in Seoul, the proposal for a unified team in women's ice hockey is met with frosty reception, with critics accusing the government of robbing some of its own players the opportunity to compete. Tens of thousands have signed dozens of online petitions on the presidency's website urging President Moon Jae-in to scrap the plan.